Megalodon is the most famous prehistoric shark, famous for its incredible strength and aggression. Nevertheless, history knows several sharks that could defeat even Megalodon, from a monster with several heads and a predator with scissor-like jaws to a 50-foot giant. In this episode, I'll show you the most dangerous sharks that will impress you. Let's go! Let's start with the sharks which can be called the creepiest, at least in terms of appearance, because they have several heads at once. Although it seems to be something unreal, in fact such sharks are more than real. They often come into the hands of fishermen and scientists. However, mostly we're talking about small sharks. This is a kind of conjoined twins, which are fused and have not had time to grow, because with such an anomaly, any animal has a hard time, and especially sharks. It's interesting that usually two-headed sharks come from the blue shark species. It's the representatives of this species that more often than others turn out to be mutants for unknown reasons. Such sharks are unusual and creepy, but still not very dangerous because of their size. Nevertheless, this is not the limit. Fishermen, sailors, and divers claim that they've encountered adult sharks with several heads, and this is something serious. According to them, such sharks can have from 2 to 4 or even 5 heads, and they do not lose in terms of strength and speed, and 5 dangerous jaws is something really creepy. Such sharks are definitely 100 times more dangerous than the legendary Megalodon because they would have dealt with any sea creature or human that got in their way. However, it's not known to the end whether this information about such sharks is true or people embellish their stories. In any case, I suggest you share your thoughts about this in the comments. There's no doubt about the next creature. While there can still be controversy with adult sharks with multiple heads, this predator actually existed. It's Cretaxrinia, or the Ginsu shark, and in my opinion, it could have given Megalodon a very decent fight. It's possible that this shark would even have defeated Megalodon, and would have done it confidently. At least if Megalodon had been small, the victory would have definitely been for Cretaxrinia. These sharks reached 26 feet in length and weighed about 3.5 tons. They couldn't compete with Megalodons. Ginsu sharks lived much earlier, about 107 to 73 million years ago. Megalodons were out of the question then. Nevertheless, Cretaxrinia had managed to maul other sea creatures. They even included mosasaurs, which at the time were the planet's top marine predators. They regularly put up fights from which Ginsu sharks often emerged victorious. However, at the end of the existence of these sharks, mosasaurs gained incredible power, and it was these creatures that began to dominate. Scientists believe that these sharks' large size, sharp teeth, and aggression made Cretaxrinia an extremely dangerous creature. According to them, the prehistoric shark could deal with its prey in just a few bites, even if it was large. Adestus. Megalodon was lucky that it didn't live at the same time with this next animal in this episode because Adestus would simply cut it open. Literally, take a look at this shark and everything falls into place. This prehistoric shark has one of the most unusual jaws of all time. Adestus is often called the scissor-tooth shark. The predator could literally cut its prey in half and eat it peacefully. Many sea creatures that lived 337 to 287 million years ago experienced it themselves. By the way, one of the most famous prehistoric monsters, the fish called Helicoprion, has a resemblance to Adestus. It too has an unusual jaw, only in the form of a circular saw, not scissors. Scientists believe that these two creatures may be related. If Adestus fought Megalodon, it could try to stealthily sneak up on it, cut off its fin, and finish off the wounded rival. Or, on the contrary, it could have accelerated and put the scissors into the side of the ancient shark. Given the structure of the Adestus jaw, we can hazard a guess that Megalodon would at least have a difficult time in a fight with such live scissors. And yet, in a fight with Megalodon, it's not only the jaws or aggression that decide. The large size is also extremely important because Megalodon itself was the largest shark of all time. It's difficult to find worthy opponents for Megalodon with this similar size. But Tychidus is quite suitable. This giant lived 112 to 70 million years ago. It was about the same length as Megalodon, though lighter. It was a full-fledged prehistoric predator. It fed on very large mollusks and crustaceans, and on occasion snacked on invertebrates and larvae. Sometimes it could also eat carrion. This shark's jaws could easily crush the strong shells of turtles or shells of huge clams, which means that in a theoretical fight with Megalodon, it would need only one chance to bite through the legendary shark and win. Which of these sharks do you think could easily defeat Megalodon? Place your bets and share your thoughts in the comments. And I suggest we change the topic to talk about some of today's rarest sharks. It'll be just as interesting. Keep watching to see a living prehistoric shark, a shark with the most unusual appearance, and fish last seen decades ago. Megamouth shark. Let's start with this fish, which fully justifies its name. This shark is indeed big-mouthed. Its mouth inspires real fear. It seems that it's capable of swallowing anyone, including humans, but it's not. In fact, the megamouth shark is not predatory. It feeds on plankton and swims peacefully in the ocean. However, to find it is not an easy task. Despite the fact that the species was discovered quite a long time ago, scientists have found just over 100 individuals and studied even less. This makes the megamouth shark one of the rarest in the world. Scientists don't know much about this species, but they know for sure that this shark is one of the largest on the planet. Among other things, this is indicated by a female which was 18.7 feet long. It was caught off the coast of Japan in 2006. Not a bad size. In common individuals, size is impressive as well. They're about 13 to 16 feet long. Scientists also know that megamouth sharks are found in the southern hemisphere and that they can swim both at great depths and in shallow water. Sometimes people have found sharks of this species literally at the very surface of the water. Frilled shark. But this rare shark almost never rises to the surface, preferring to swim at extreme depths of up to 5,000 feet, or even deeper. Scientists believe that these sharks are more numerous than megamouth sharks, but it's very problematic to study them properly because it's not possible to descend to the great depths and observe the animal every day. The first observation of the frilled shark in the wild took place only in 2004. The frilled shark is a perfect example of what some prehistoric sharks might look like today. This species of shark is called a living fossil. The frilled shark has primitive features and doesn't even quite look like a shark. It's more like a mixture of a prehistoric shark, a modern shark, an eel, and a sea snake. Speaking of the latter, the frilled shark is relative to it, not only in terms of appearance, but also in terms of its hunting style. Unlike its relatives, this shark hunts like a snake, bending its entire body and making a sharp lunge forward. Its long and mobile jaws allow it to swallow large prey whole, and numerous rows of small and sharp-as-needles teeth prevent the prey from escaping. Monkfish. The frilled shark looks strange, but it still looks like a shark. But the next animal in the episode is far from a shark in terms of appearance. Maybe it's not a shark at all, but some kind of unusual stingray. Indeed, the monkfish is very similar to a stingray, but it's still a shark. It's also known as the angel shark. It belongs to the angel sharks or Squatina genus. These broad creatures live in the Atlantic at a depth of 500 feet and in many respects mimic the behavior of ordinary stingrays. For example, they often burrow into the sand or just hide on the seabed, so they arrange an ambush and sharply attack unsuspecting prey. When a human swims near them, these sharks can also twitch and reveal their camouflage. You'd be lucky if the shark just swims away, but it also happens that it's capable of inflicting serious wounds. People come into contact with this shark not only underwater. The angel shark is a target for fishing, so these fish are often caught and sold. In many reasons, this is the reason why the species is on the verge of extinction, and the shark itself is considered one of the rarest. Some sharks are considered very rare, but they're still occasionally caught by fishermen or stumbled upon by curious divers and scientists. But there are other sharks that are considered rare for different reasons. No one's seen them in a long time. Such a shark is the Pondicherry shark. This is one of the species of gray shark which has not been seen since 1979. It lives in the waters of Southeast Asia and off the coast of India, but scientists haven't seen it for a long time. The species is recognized as being on the verge of extinction, but it's possible that these sharks have long been absent from our planet. Another super rare shark is the so-called lost shark. It used to be called the false small-tail shark, but the name has been changed because scientists last saw it a long time ago. In their natural habitat, these sharks were seen 80 years ago. Interestingly, the species was described by a museum exhibit, which did not interest researchers until 2019. It's possible that these specimens in the museum are the only tangible thing left of this rare species at all. That's all, guys. Which rare shark did you like the most? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and see you later.